coming from Up Education. So just a briefly introduction about Up, so to let you know who we are. So Up Education is an education group based in Australia and New Zealand. Actually, our headquarters is based in New Zealand, but later on we expand to Australia as well and doing partnership with a numbers of university. So in that picture, you can see that there's such a lot of logo. I wish that I can introduce everything to you within today's session, but due to the time limitation for today's focus, I only going through some of the pathway study option in Australia and New Zealand. And to be specific, in Australia, we are partner with the Swinburne University of Technology based in Melbourne. Meanwhile, in New Zealand, we have partnered with three out of eight university, which is the University of Auckland, the Auckland University of Technologies, and the Victoria University of Wellington. So after completing this session, you will have a basic knowledge of what we are offering for now and which should be the best study option for the high school student from Indochina region. Okay. So, we're gonna start with the Swinburne University of Technology. Actually, I believe that Swinburne is not a new brand name in Southeast Asia, but there will be some of the key selling point that I really want to highlight if you want to recommend your student coming into Swinburne. So, we have quite a long story, a history of establishment since 1908. However, it was up until 1992, we officially became the university, and our main focus, we have been offering a numbers of majors, and one of the key selling point that I really want to highlight here is that we have our work integrated learning, which offer a wide range of internship and placement opportunities for our international students. So here are the study area that we are currently offering. As you can see that there's a huge study areas, including business, design, education, engineering, and IT, which I think is very popular among Asian students. And one of the key things from Swinburne when the student are searching about this university is that we really try to organize our programs and the teaching methods that is always focused on the work experience with the highest aim that every Swinburne graduates will get a jobs after graduation. That is what exactly what we are looking for. So this is all with that vision, it also affect the way we arrange how programs. Firstly, we have our industry link projects. These projects could happen in every single semester of the time of the student study at the Swinburne University. It not just apply for some STEM major, but it could be applicable to all of the subjects that we offering at the moment. The second one that I think also very helpful for students to gain more work experience, which is called professional internship. For that professional internship, it means that the student will spend a bit of time, basically an unit at a workplace. It means that they have more exposure to our industry partners. And because we require some of the work experience from the students, so we recommend that the student should not take it on the very first year, but it should be happening in the second or the third year during that time they study at Swinburne. And of course, there is some requirement in order to be eligible for that professional internship. For example, the student need to have at least 60% cost average or higher to be eligible to be selected to that internship program. And also, we might conduct the interview as well. That is also involve our industry partner in order to select the suitable candidate for the professional internship as well. And just to be note with you that because work experience somehow is, it's valuable to the student, so it usually unpaid. So, but of course, my student and the agent sometimes usually ask me, is there any chance that our student can have both work experience and get paid at the same time? The answer is yes, and that is we call professional placement. It means that the student will spend another extra year. For example, if the normal program will last for 3 years, bachelor degree, for example, but they want to join the professional placement, they will spend another extra year. That is just only for the work experience only. And it is gonna be happening between the second and the third year. And just so you know that even though the student will get will need to spend extra time for that professional placement. But the good thing here is that they're gonna get paid ranging between 50 to 55,000 Australian dollars per year, which I think is a really good rate and a great opportunity for them to, get more networking with the industry partner before officially starting their professional career later on. So, we do hope that by running these three professional placement or internship, we try to maximize the student experience and try to get our student ready for the job after they graduate from Swinburne University. Right. So coming back to what we are currently offering for the pathway study at the Swinburne University, I have made a pathway planner here to make you easier to understand. For example, for the student who just complete year 11, equivalent to the Australian year 11, they will start with the foundation study, which lasts for 8 months, and then moving on to the year one bachelor degree at the university. Okay, that is the very first option. The second one, if the student complete year 12 already, it means that they have already obtained the high school diploma. They can start with the UniLink diploma, and we have a lot of majors. So I would say that for the diploma UniLink, they offer most of our major except for the only two major, that is early childhood and the law major, the law school. It must be the direct entry, but for the rest of the major, they can easily going through the UniLink diploma. And after this diploma, they can go directly to the second year of the bachelor degree at the Swinburne. So just doing a little bit mm, in terms of the timeline, this study option will not take much time compared with the direct bachelor. However, going through the UniLink diploma will also help students to improve their English because we have some English unit, and the way the teaching method is also have be more careful and pay more attention to the student compared with the direct entry applicants. Just in case that your student is not eligible for the UniLink diploma, we also have another option, which is called UniLink Bridgings, which lasts for only 4 months. And we highly recommend for the student who really want to apply for the business, engineering, and design. And if you sorry, if you are not eligible for the direct UniLink diploma, you can also consider the UniLink Bridging Extra 4 months program. It's gonna be a very good foundation before you officially commencing the higher education programs. Last but not least, we also have a what is called pre-master program, which is last for 6 months. So I know that not all of the students coming from the Indochina region, you can apply directly into the master degree. That is the reason why we have been designing a program named post-qualifying program, which is a short called pre-master. specifically for some major like business, IT, and media communication. So after completing that 6-month program, you will be qualified to move on for the Swinburne master degree. All right. Uh, as big as because the attendance of our today's session are mainly agent and the counselor, so I have made a table with some key highlight of the program here. For example, you can look for the intake. We have 3 intake per year, which is on February, June, and October. Also, I have noted down here some of the tuition fee for major specifically. And if you compare the tuition fee of the Unilink diploma with the um, first year bachelor degree, you can see that the diploma somehow the tuition fee is a bit lower. So it could help the students save a little bit of budget while they study in Australia. Here are some the entry requirement. In this table, I have listed down Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam. But just in case that if your student come, I know that the student may come from different background, and if you need more information about entry requirement, just please feel free to reach out to the Just Education team and to us, so we can help you out with the inquiries. And regarding the scholarship, please don't forget that we have scholarship for both the pathway program and also the progression scholarship when the student move on to the next level. So in this 2025, we offer 3,000 Australian dollar when the student commencing the foundation, Unilink diploma and the pre-master. And upon completing those pathway program and move on to the next level, the student can be reviewed for the second time on the progression scholarship of 20% tuition fee, and it will be assessed purely based on their academic performance in previous studies. Okay? Right. So, in order to help you guys easier to remember some key selling point about Swinburne, I have note down here, some of the highlight. First thing first is the experience exposure, which is professional placement and industry link project and internship, which allows Swinburne student a lot of time to work with industry partner and gain more work experience. The second thing is Swinburne is based in Melbourne, so if your student is really interested in big city with vibrant and dynamics environment, they can think about Swinburne as well. And last but not least, we offering exciting scholarship scheme with 3,000 for the pathway and 20% for the progression scholarship. And your student don't need to submit any scholarship application. It's gonna be review and offer while we are access your issuing your offer letter. All right. So that is the study option at the Swinburne University of Technology. And moving on, just let Yes. Moving on to the New Zealand, we have another 3 university partners can offering the foundation study to our student. So I will going through some of the key fact about New Zealand University. As you might know that in New Zealand there's only 8 university, and the really good thing is that all of the 8 university is on top 2% university worldwide. I think not all of the English speaking country can do, can reach that, high academic quality, same as New Zealand. And we are very proud that one of our university partner actually ranked number 1 in New Zealand and ranked 65 worldwide, which is on top 100 best university worldwide, which is a really, really proud. So the University of Auckland, actually, they are one of the oldest university partner to Up Education. We have been partnering for like 25 years and moving on for the 26 year very soon. For the University of Auckland, I would say that they have so many good, ranking and title. Like rank number one in New Zealand, have a lot of, top 50 subject ranking worldwide, and also top triple crowns for business school, etc. So many rankings and prize. And when it comes to the University of Auckland, I would say that the university itself have not just have a long history of being an education provider, but also like a spot, a hub for international students from worldwide. Within the Auckland City, we also have another partner named Auckland University of Technologies. By its names, you can see that the university have spent, have invested quite a lot on their facilities, on expanding the student experience and learning environment as well. Being in one of the most livable city in the world. IUT is also popular among international students, and actually they have achieved quite a lot of ranking as well. Like you know, top 50 worldwide young university. Young university means it's less than 50 years of history. And when mentioned about AUT, actually, they will remember some of the well-known major provided by AUT. For example, for the hospitality, for the engineering, for the design, or sports science, or nursing. That's kind of major as very popular and attractive to the international student actually. Um, IUT is also focused on the internship and the workplace experience. That is the reason why most of their students should have at least one internship by the senior year. And they have been working for quite a lot of the industry partner to conduct those work opportunities. Last but not least, moving on to the next city in New Zealand, we also have the Victoria University of Wellington. They based in the Wellington city, which is the capital cities of New Zealand. And one of the interesting fact about VUW is that their campus actually based very close to the Parliament's house, and that is the reason why they have been well known for some of the major, for example, international relations, law school, education. They also got triple crowns for their business school as well. And architecture is also one of their well-known major. In order to get you easier to remember the university fact and also most in demand degree, I have made this slide. So have a look at this if you are, so you can easily navigate which major should be suitable for which university partner from up, right? So we base on the university location, so we also set up our own campus for the foundation study. Basically, we have two campus, one in Auckland for those students who pursue the foundation study to AUT and the UOA. But for those students who want to pursue the bachelor degree at the Wellington, they will also study the foundation study at our Wellington campus. The good thing about the foundation study, beside the academic benefit, I think that for every single international student, when they move on to a new country, it's not just about how they study, but it's also about how they can get along with the local study environment, local people, and get along with New Zealand people as well. So we offering different type of foundation study that could last for 6 months, 9 months, or 12 months, then which allow the student to have more time to build more foundation before they officially moving on to the bachelor degree. And from the Asian point of view, I know that a lot of the agent when they talk with me, they usually concern about getting New Zealand visa. But for the foundation student, the good thing here is that we have pathway visa option. It means that you only apply one time visa, but it could cover for both the foundation study and the bachelor degree, which is very beneficial for both student and the agent as well. Save us quite a lot of time and the money as well. Right, so this is what we offering at the moment. We have different types of the foundation study and the pathway link, but let's make it easier for you guys to understand. I make another pathway planner for the New Zealand. So for the student who just complete year 11 or year 12 in Asia, then it really depends on their IELTS and their GPA, academic background. So they will be classified into one of these foundation from 6 months, 9 months, and 12 months. After completing this foundation program, they will move on to the next level, which is the year one bachelor degree at one of the university partner from up. Even if um if you apply through Yes Education, I can assure you that we can support you to get the offer letter for both the foundation study and the conditional offer to the bachelor degree as well. And it will come as a package, so you can use that to apply for pathway visa later on. Okay? Just in case that your student have quite low English ability, we also have another option of Foundation Connects, which focus more on the English unit. So after completing the Foundation Connect, they will move on to the standard 12 month before move on to the year one bachelor degree. So I think with quite a lot of options, this foundation study will fit a lot of students from different backgrounds and levels, and it will help the student maximize their foundation before moving on to the higher education later on. Last but not least, we have a program. It was launched last year, but actually gained quite a lot of attention from international students. It is called Pathway Link program. So if you have already know about New Zealand curriculum, you may know that high school in New Zealand will complete after year 13, right? So in here, we have pathway link option. It will be a fast track route for students who want to spend less time on the foundation study, but still be eligible to the bachelor degree in New Zealand. For example, if your student complete year 9 or 12 or 10 in Asia, they will move on to the pathway link 12-month programs before moving on to the foundation standard 12 month, then the bachelor degree, which is a shorter amount of time you spend on the high school. Um, and still, the pathway visa scheme is still eligible for this package because normally the pathway visa it will cover maximum of 3 programs and maximum of 5 years. And all of my pathway link program has successfully get visa granted for this package from the pathway link up until the bachelor degree. So you don't need to worry about the visa as well. About the pathway link programs, I have listed down here some of the entry requirements for specific country that is highlighted in bold as some in the China region. But just please bear with me that the student should have at least IELTS 4.5 and the age limits between 14 to 17 years old. Our Pathway Link student will study at the Auckland campus, and when they move on to the foundation study, it really depends on their bachelor degrees of choice. If they choose the IUT and EUA, they will keep staying in Auckland to study further. But if they choose the Victoria University of Wellington, they need to move to the Wellington city to continue their study. Similar to the high school program, we all beside the class hour, we also offer some of the extracurriculum activities. Like we take our students to the art gallery, to the central library, or cinema as well for some, design and art and visual subject. Uh, Besides, we also have some sport activities, which to be honest, even for us, we never, experience those type of sport, but our POP student can be exposed to yachting, squash and tennis, and even golf as well. The tuition fee for that Pathway Link programs is 33,000 7,500. However, we also offering the scholarship up to 5,000 New Zealand dollars, and it should be reviewed based on the academic performance and the interview as well with the students. For the foundation, because there's a lot of students from different backgrounds, so I have several slides for each of the country. So this is for Vietnam, and in here I just want to explain a little bit the reason why I combine IUT and Victoria on the same group, because they have exactly the same entry requirement for each of the foundation study. Meanwhile, University of Auckland, they have higher ranking, so somehow they have a little bit higher entry requirement. So that's why I divided these university into two groups, so it is make uh make it easier for you to remember and to understand the entry requirement. That is the entry requirement for Cambodia. This one is for Laos and Thailand as well. For Thailand, just to be note that apart from Matayom, we also accept GED as well. I know that GED somehow is getting more popular among Thai students. So in case that your Matayom is not eligible, you can still utilize the GED transcript and result to apply to our foundation study. Okay, so this is the tuition fee. Basically, the tuition fee will last from 17,000 up until 34,000. But just bear in mind that we do have the scholarship for the foundation study, which I will explain in the next slide. For the foundation study, we have three levels of the scholarship, which is 1,000, 2,500, and 5,000 is a maximum. And this will be evaluated by Up Education purely. And the student need to go through an interview with us before, getting the official result on the scholarship. After completing the foundation study, the student will have the second time to get scholarship when they start their bachelor degree. For example, for IUT and VUW, the university is currently offering 5,000 scholarship deducted to their first year tuition fee for every up student. But of course, it needs to be based on their academic performance during the foundation study as well. Regarding the University of Auckland, because we have been, partner for like 25 years already, so we have a much more special progression scholarship, which is valued at 20,000 New Zealand dollar. And we have 30 slots for education students. So I would say that this is one of the highest scholarship we have been offering, because if your student apply directly to University of Auckland, the maximum scholarship that they can get is only 10,000 New Zealand dollars only. But for up student, they can get maximum of 20,000 New Zealand dollar, which is, I think, very valuable and very beneficial for the up student when they going through the foundation study. Right? Regarding the subject selection, I would say that the logic here is the student have core subject, usually is English or some introductory to mathematics and even New Zealand culture. We try to prepare our student to get along well while they study in New Zealand as well. And in terms of the elective subject, the student need to choose some of the subject based on their major at the bachelor degree. And this will be advised by our academic team as well. So your student don't need to worry about which subject should I choose or should I not choose during my foundation study. This is the example of our timetable. You can see that most of um, uh, our student will spend, most of the day at the campus. There is some of the blank space here. Actually, we leave that leave it blank because we want our student to have some, break. Maybe they need more time to re-energize themselves, or they need more time to do some revision before move on to the next class. So the student can really spend that time with their classmate or at the library. It is a self-study time only. So it's the student are freely to choose their activities. We also accept quite a lot of English qualification like IELTS, PTE, or even we look into the English score at the IB or A level program as well. And especially, we also have our own English language test, which is arranged online on every Wednesday. So if your student doesn't have IELTS yet, and they want to get a faster result and to be accepted into the foundation study, they can submit the application through Yes Education team first, and then we can arrange the English test for the student. And just to be note that we don't charge any fee for the first time taking the test. And if the student, but the only requirement that we need your help is that if the student has booked for the test, please encourage them to show up. Otherwise, if they want to book the second time, we have to charge the test fee, which we don't really want to. Most of our students are under 18 students, so I think accommodation is also one of the key information that agent and parents really want to know. For the students who are under 18 years old, most of them choose homestay option. If you want to live with your families or relatives, you can choose the option of DCG. It means that you only pay us 350 New Zealand dollar for some, house checking, safe checking, kind of that procedure. And then you can officially live with your parents or with your relatives in New Zealand. But if your students are over 18 years old, they can find their own accommodation, or they can still choose the homestay option if they wish. But all you need to do is that just fill in a form to let us know. Do you have any allergies? Do you prefer to live with, for example, Vietnamese homestay, host family, or any preference if you want to look for the homestay option, kind of that. Based on that information, we will look for the suitable accommodation option for your student. So from the agent side, you don't need, spend a lot of time on the accommodation. We have our own accommodation team to take care of that things for you. Okay. So we have it has been quite a long training actually. And if you have any question, you can leave it on chat box or your microphone to ask me any question.
I think we have a Q&A. I think we have a question in the Q&A.
Okay.
Is there any student payment plan, like a monthly payment?
So in terms of payment, we only have one-off payment option. So your student can choose either they pay the tuition fee first and then apply for visa, or they can submit for the visa first and then later on pay the tuition fee later. But it should be one-off payment, not monthly plans.
Because I can understand that I do understand how you promote on the New Zealand pathway visa, but
Mm,
you see, because for New Zealand, everyone just for a information, because New Zealand student visas, you have to also show proof that you've already paid either one program or 1 year,
mm,
whichever is longer, then you show
mm.
that you've already paid. I think you have shown that you've already paid, and then you can apply for the New Zealand student visa. Just do note it's not Up Education's decision, it's compliance with the New Zealand immigration.
Mm. I just want to note a little bit that when you pay the tuition fee, the student only need to pay for the foundation study only.
Yeah,
They
foundation,
do
correct,
not need
correct.
to, do some deposit or any, advance payment for the bachelor degree, even
Yeah.
if they applying for the pathway visa.
Yeah, no problem. Because it's only for the foundation. Yeah,
Yeah.
because New Zealand is a bit different because New Zealand like Australian we call it a COE, but for New Zealand is it like a receipt or is it a receipt or
Yes. So the process is gonna be this way. When the student make the payment, we will send back to them the receipt, and they will, put that receipt into their visa application to let the, ING knows that the tuition fee has been paid.
okay, understood. Thank you. Any more questions? Without the payment, without payment for TUT, would the student receive the COE? Um, I think we've already covered that part, but because let's say for Swinburne, there will be a certain amount that you need to pay in order for them to issue the COE.
Mm,
But for New Zealand, usually it's because it's really compliance with the New Zealand immigration that you have to pay for the entire foundation first. Then you can
mm,
apply for the pathway, the New Zealand pathway visa that will
mm,
cover the whole duration, the foundation and the degree.
exactly.
Yeah, so for Australia, you can simply understand that you will need to pay an amount deposit to get the COE and then process further with the rest of the tuition fee. But for New Zealand, you can one choice that you pay for the first programs. It doesn't matter how long the first program is. For example, if your student, if you remember from Bao's slide, for New Zealand foundations, we have 3 or 4 different programs with different durations. So let's say an example, if your student start with 6-month programs and then progress to 3-year bachelor degree, the student only need to pay for that 6-month tuition fee. Doesn't need to pay for the first year bachelor degree. To get the receipt and process further with the visa, you have another option that without paying any tuition fee, you can submit for approval in principle. We normally call it in short AIP. It means that when you get the full offer Up Education or any New Zealand institutions without paying for tuition fee, you submit visa first, and then when you get the AIP approval, you will have maybe 3 days to pay for the tuition fee to get the visa. So I think that all of that information is listed on the INZ Immigration New Zealand. So after that, when we send out a follow-up email to Yes Education teams, Bao and me will send to you the link of the visa checklist from New Zealand, and I think it's gonna be the same with DHA in Australia because they have all the checklists and the requirement for visa. Yeah, I think you can find very detailed information on that website.
Mm. Okay. Agree. On the INZ website. Think.
Oh, very good question for Bao. Any plan for up to come to Cambodia for the student presentation and catch up? Yes. Actually, Bao coming to Cambodia quite often lately, and I believe that in end of May will also be there. So if you have any question, please feel free to reach out to Bảo with the email. And because you know that Yes Education is also one of our trusted partner for a very long time. So from me and Bảo point of view, we are happy and willing to give you all the information needed for our programs. But for the application, I think for the first stage, please feel free to contact to Yes team. They are the professional in the field and they can help you with the application.
All right, no
But for
problem.
other inquiry, please feel free to related to our programs, please feel free to reach out to Bảo for Cambodia.
Okay, no problem. I think we have in time for one more question, but I think if there's no more question, we can end the session here. Oh yeah, then about if possible, can you request for the presentation slides? I will be more than free to share to the slides and also the link. I think that at least the link that Alice mentioned, the INZ link. I think that would be great. I will share it to the agent partners immediately.
Sure. Definitely share it with you right after we end this meeting. Yeah.
Okay, sure, no problem. Okay, I think we can wrap up the presentation. Well, thank you so much, Val. Thank you so much, Alice. This is actually quite a very insightful session once again. Well, thank you everyone. Thank you everyone, and hope you have a great week ahead. All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank
Yes
Thank
you.
Education
you.
Thank
teams.
you.
Good
Thank
day.
you.
Bye bye.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Bye bye.